Hi, welcome to another video in the series of useful Chrome extensions. So today I'm going to tell you about LastPass, which, as you can probably guess from the name, is a password manager. So this is where you find it in the Chrome web store, LastPass, free password manager. Now it is free for Chrome on the desktop, but you can also pay about £30 a year to get the app, which you can install on your Android tablet. I think there might be one for Apple as well, and you can install on your smartphone. So the beauty obviously is that you can synchronize your passwords across all your devices, all your computers, have them stored securely in the cloud in one place, and it is very secure. It's government approved for projects that the government have people running on, so it's a really good product, very, very secure. So I'm going to close that now. That's where you find it. If I click the icon here that I've already got installed in my browser bar, I'm going to do open my vault. I already had it open actually, but this is what it looks like inside. So you can organize all your websites into folders, A to Z, Z to A, because all these ones at the top here I haven't got around to putting in a folder, which is very remiss of me really. So if I collapse all the folders there, scroll down, so you'll see some of the titles. Here we go. So I can expand and contract that. So these are folders. Contract them all again, go down. So you can be very well organized. I'm usually quite organized, but there's a lot of things here that I haven't put in folders, so bit of housekeeping is needed there by me. So what does a record look like for a particular entry? So let's look at that one there, Zoho. So as you can see, you've got the URL for the site, you've got the name, you can put the folder for it there, you can add a new folder, select an existing one. Password, as you'd expect, is displayed as asterisks. I could click the little eye symbol there to expose that password. You could put notes in here, so anything useful that you wish to keep with that particular logon details, you can add those details just in there. So what I'm going to go down now and find is one that I know that I'm sharing with somebody, because I want to teach you about, or tell you about the sharing facility. So let me have a quick think. Which do I share? Let's have a look. Revio. So Revio is quite a good video maker. Open that record there. If I click the little sharing icon there, now that shows you that I've shared this logon with another person. But the real beauty of this is that although that person can use these details to log onto the website on their machine, it does so in a way that doesn't expose the password to them. And I'll show you why that is. So I cancel that. So if I do launch from there, now some websites, it's already done it. So as you can see, LastPass has populated the details and logged me straight in. So I'm going to log out of there. It's a bit slow. When I'm recording the screen, it does slow down the computer quite a bit. So once again, I've got the log on screen there. LastPass has automatically populated those details, but again, it's asterisk, so you can see that if I was sharing this account with somebody, or rather sharing the password in LastPass, this is the same experience they'd get. They'd be able to click login, but they wouldn't actually see what the password is. Now, sometimes, I'm just going to delete that there. On some websites, for some reason, the password details aren't already populated automatically into those fields, but all you have to do then is click into the field, right click on your mouse, come down to the LastPass entry there, select which one that you want, click fill, and as you can see, it populates those fields for you, and then you can just click log on as you would normally. So sharing passwords is really good if you've got a remote worker or a team worker and you've got software that you wish to share access to, but you don't want to actually tell people your password. This is the way to do it. You can, if you do wish to, go back to the sharing option there, you can tick the allow the recipient to view the password, and that will allow them obviously to go in and actually see what the password is. But the way I do it is just to leave that unticked. I know I can share my password securely. They can never actually read the password, but they can just log into websites using it. So what else can you do with LastPass? So as well as storing websites and the login details, you can have secure notes, you can have secure addresses, you can store your payment cards like credit cards, debit cards, all your bank account details, driver's license. You can add anything you like, so passports. If you're going on holiday and you want somewhere safe to securely keep all your photographs of passports, photographs of plane tickets and all the documentation, this is a great place to do it. And then you can access it from your phone quite securely. Sharing center. So this lists all the URLs that I've shared. If it's pending, it means that somebody that I've shared it with hasn't yet accepted the invitation for me to share the password with them. But as you can see, going down here, there's quite a few things that I have shared with other users. If people have shared anything with me, that will be listed here. Nobody has. That's just a way of sharing your folders there. Emergency access, so what you can do if you lose your details, you can give credentials to a trusted person, family member, friend, business colleague, and add them in there. More options. What you can also do is import and export. So if you've already got your password stored in Firefox or Edge or Google Chrome, is that you can export them and then import them directly into LastPass.
Opening Chrome.
That's Google listening to me there. So that's what I recommend you do, is switch off the facility for Google Chrome to store your passwords and import them all into LastPass. So there's quite a few other features that it does, but I've told you the basics there. Highly recommend it. Keeps you organised, keeps you secure, free to use on desktop, about £30 a year for the app to install on your smartphone, on your tablet and so forth, which I recommend that you do. The other thing I haven't showed you, I suppose, is that if you want to generate a password, because quite often if you're signing up with a new website, you've got to think of a password these days. Now I know this is a name field, but it doesn't matter, because I can right click on the mouse, go to the LastPass, and I can say generate secure password. So it tells you what the password is there. You'll find that some websites will only accept perhaps numbers and characters, but they won't accept symbols or something like that. So you can just tick or untick the particular criteria for the password on that website, and as you can see, it'll just generate a password with or without symbols and numbers and lowercase. I would highly recommend that you select the easy to read option, because then you'll never end up with passwords that have zeros, lowercase o's, uppercase o's, i's, l's in the uppercase and lowercase variants, because that's a nightmare. If you try and read them out, it's almost impossible. You only need a password with an I, an L and a zero, and you'll be there all day trying to read it out, because you won't know if it's a zero or an O, uppercase L, lowercase l, uppercase I, etc. You get the idea. Very tedious, so I highly recommend that. I like to use symbols. However, you can find that some websites, although you can use the symbols, things like the hashtag, if that's included in the password, I've found some websites where that causes problems. So sometimes it's good to have that unticked. Show history. So it shows you all the passwords that you've generated recently, which is really handy, because I think we've all got to the stage where we've entered passwords, then we've forgotten them, or we've forgotten to store them. But this keeps all the passwords for you in a little history there, which is very, very handy indeed. You can keep refreshing the password to get a new one there. What you can also do, of course, is once you're on a new website, you can go to LastPass and you can add item, add password, and then you put the URL in, username, folder, password, username, etc., and then save that into LastPass. You'll find on some websites that you enter the details on for the first time, LastPass will actually capture that and it'll prompt you, do you want to save this? But if it doesn't, then this is how you would do it. Close down. So there we go. That's LastPass fairly well covered. As I say, there are a few more things you can do with it that I haven't covered there. Highly recommend it. Definitely need it if you're going to be having multiple websites to log into, WordPress sites to maintain, sites to share with other people. It's the way to go. I mean, there's lots of password managers out there. I've used LastPass for about 3 years now. Really like it. Got to know it inside out, and very reliable. I can't imagine life without it. So I hope that was useful, and please subscribe to my channel if you think you want to watch more videos on useful Chrome plugins, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much.